So I've always been a big fan of a really nice high-end pen. There's just something about having that high-end, high-quality writing utensil that I absolutely love. Yes, I understand that I can go out and get a 50-cent Bic and it does the exact same thing. But like I said, there's just something about those high-end, high-quality pens, but that's not taking anything away from the modern high-tech pens either. And in that category, I think Olight is leading the way. So I have a few of their O pens right here on the table. This is the O Pen 2 in copper, the O Pen Pro in copper, this is the O Pen Glow, and right here I have the brand new O Pen 3. I know I have the original O Pen floating around here somewhere, but I can't find it. But that's neither here nor there. This video is going to be about this brand new O Pen 3. So let me put these other O Pens off to the side. I'll do a size comparison a little bit later on in this video, but let me give you guys a nice close-up of the brand new O Pen 3. And while you guys are checking this out, let's talk about some of the features. All right, the O Pen 3 is a multifunctional pen with 4 different lighting sources. On the pocket clip, there's a white light and a red light. There's a soft white light at the tip, and either a Class 1R or a Class 3R green laser, depending on which O Pen 3 you get. It's available in 3 different colors: orange, wine red, and the color that I have right here, black. The body is made from a 6061 T6 aluminum and features an L-bolt mechanism to deploy the ink cartridge. Built in, there's a 3.7 volt, 130 milliamp hour lithium polymer rechargeable battery that can be charged with a hidden USB-C charging port on the side of the body and charges from 0 to 100 in about an hour. It comes with a lifetime warranty if you live in the USA, Australia, Germany, France, or China, but if you live in another country, you get a 2-year warranty. All right, let's talk dimensions. The O Pen 3 has a length of 6.10 inches and a body diameter of 0.5 inches. And let's give this bad boy away. Right on the scale it goes. 1.2 ounces, so pretty lightweight. And in grams, that's 34 grams. And now compared against the O Pen 2 in copper, you can see the length difference. And I'll just give you a close-up so you can see the diameter difference right there. This is compared against the O Pen Pro. You can see the size difference in length right there, and then close up with the diameter. And then the pen is modeled after the most is the O Pen Glow. You can see it's almost identical to the O Pen Glow right here. But obviously there are some changes with the O Pen 3, but I do wish it came with this nifty little charging stand right here. This does not. It does come with a charging cable, but man, I wish it came with this little charging stand. This is one of my favorite things about any O Pen. And first things first, the one thing that I noticed right away with the O Pen 3 is the upgraded UI right here. If I give you a close-up right there, you can see it now has a little toggle switch right there and an actual power button. There's no more pressing the very top like we saw right here in the O Pen Pro, or the same thing with the O Pen Glow. Also, you can press up on the O Pen Glow to activate that green laser. No more of that stuff right there. Everything is controlled with a 3-way toggle switch. I think this is leaps and bounds better than the UI on any of those pens. So let me show you how this works. So I'll get in real close so you can see those symbols right there so you know exactly what mode you're putting it in. So all the way up right there activates the green laser, and to turn it on, just hit the power button right there. That activates the Class 3R green laser. Now you can get the O Pen 3 in 2 different versions, a 3R version and a 1R. I know I have the 3R version because there's 2 different levels. There's a low and there's a high, and I'm just pressing and holding that power switch right there down to switch from low and high with that green laser. If you get the Class 1R laser, there's only one mode, and that's low, and that's going to be this brightness level right here. Now, a single short press turns that off. Now, let's go to the middle mode right there. That is the white clip light. That's going to be right there. You can see it now has dual LEDs in that clip. The bottom is a white light, and that top LED is a red light. So to activate that, you guys already guessed it, single press on, and that activates that white light. Press and hold to cycle through the brightness levels here, and it does have a moonlight. So if I turn it off, press and hold, there's moonlight, and and then press and hold again, low, medium, and high. That is a 120 lumen high. From on, if I double press, it goes instantly to that 120 lumen high, and that's pretty bright. And if I turn it off and double press, that activates that red light mode. Now there's two brightness levels with this red light. There is a 5 lumen low and a 10 lumen high. And once again, it doesn't look that bright here, but that is a pretty impressive red light right there, especially coming off the side of a pen on a clip. I mean, check that out. That's really cool. So that is the white and red light modes. And if I press that switch all the way down, that activates the tip light right there, a nice little soft glow right at the tip of the pen. That is a 0.4 lumen soft glow light right there at the tip. You can't get it any brighter or any dimmer. It also has a 26-hour runtime with the tip light right there. And of course, to turn it off, just short press that power button. Like I said, this new updated UI is fantastic. The most important thing is I think they made this very easy. It's simplified from some of the other UIs in previous O Pens right here. Another new feature is this spring-loaded clip. So you see that? I just press up on the top and it does lift that clip up slightly. So that's pretty nice. Also, while I'm here, let me give you a close-up of this 6061 T6 aluminum body right here. Also, right here, this meteor-inspired grip pattern right here at the tip. So when you're holding it, it doesn't feel like it's just going to slip around. Usually when you have a smooth aluminum body, your hands are a little sweaty, it kind of slips around and doesn't feel too great. But with this, it has a nice grip pattern, which is borrowed heavily from the previous O Pen Glow. Let me see if I can get that to focus right there. Look at that. So it's more of a tight pattern on the O Pen 3 than the O Pen Glow, but very, very similar. So far, so good with the O Pen 3. Let me show you some of the breakpoints. One breakpoint is right here at the tip, and that's how you change out the ink cartridge right there. So if I just pull that out, you can see the size of the ink cartridge. And yes, they do give you a spare in the box right here. This is an Olight branded ink cartridge. I don't know exactly what kind though. I just took a really close-up picture with my phone, and I'll pop that on the screen right now. It does say gel ink refill and is black, but that's as much as I know about this cartridge right now, and it does write fairly well, which I'll demonstrate right now. But first, let me show you that L-bolt mechanism right there. It feels pretty good. Most of the O Pens that I have always have the L-bolt mechanism right around the middle of the body, and this one's no different. But this mechanism doesn't feel cheap or chintzy. Feels pretty good. So let me get a piece of paper right here, and it's a gel ink cartridge, so it's going to write very smooth. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this at all. And the O Pen 3 is about the same thickness as that O Pen Glow, which I was a big fan of the size and diameter of that pen. One thing I don't like is a big, thick pen when I'm trying to write, but this one feels really, really good. And the other breakpoint, since I kind of got away from that, is right here, that little blue band right there. So once you unscrew it, it's not going to unscrew all the way, but it will reveal right there, that hidden USB-C charging port. And I mentioned you can't unscrew this all the way because all the other O Pens that I have, you can unscrew these all the way like this, and you can see the USB-C charging port is on the bottom right there. And even this pen right here, you can turn the light on and sort of have it as a separated light source right there while you're writing. So this was a really neat idea, but you don't need that anymore with the O Pen 3 thanks to this nifty little, let me turn it on, the nifty little glowing tip light right there. I love this. Now let me go back a little bit and talk about this white light on the clip. If I put that toggle switch right dead center and turn it on, actually let me turn on Eco. That's a 2 lumen Eco, and then low is 20 lumens, medium is 60, and like I already said, high is 120. Sorry, I forgot to mention that, but I think I went over pretty much everything on the brand new O Pen 3 here. They mentioned it has a 0.08 meter impact resistance, but no information about an IP rating. I would love to know an IP rating on the O Pen 3, especially if I'm going to carry this every single day. So when can you grab one of these bad boys right here if you're interested? I know they'll first be available at Olight's Christmas sale from December 9th to the 15th, but I'll have all that information down below in my description box. And I promise I'll show you guys everything the O Pen 3 comes with right here. So I'll give you a close-up of the box. Typical Olight packaging right there. Here's the user manual and safety information. I already showed you that it does come with a spare black gel refill, and inside here is a USB-C to USB-C charging cable. Let me just take that out of the packaging so I can show you. Yeah, right there, USB-C to USB-C. All right, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. What do you think of the brand new Open 3? If you want to check it out for yourself, I'll have all that information down below in my description box. But if you did enjoy this video, please give me that thumbs up. Please subscribe and go!